Good day, shipmates. My name is Nate Jones. I went out walking today, and in my walk, stopped by the library and talked to the librarian. And his name was James Farson, I'm sorry. Farson. He's a poet. He has books on Amazon. We had a wonderful talk, he and I. My book should be ordered to come to the library, and it'd be great for me to go by. And they only have one bookstore in all of Peterborough. And I hope to visit that bookstore at some point. I went into my files and realized that I did make all the corrections necessary so that there shouldn't be any mistakes with my book. So whatever mistakes that are there, I don't even want to bring myself to say it, but I sent them a copy of the corrections they said they had made, and I approved of those corrections. So for the book to have a mistake that was there before the corrections was made, and it not show the corrections that was made based on my approval, then Houston, we have a problem. But be that as it may, my God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God can't do for me. And there are battles that I don't need to fight. God can handle those things. Whatever comes out of this little skirmish, to God will be the glory, I'm sure. But I did talk with James Farson, and we had a wonderful talk. I was able to share with him background story of the book. I was also able to get his email so we can do some type of correspondence. I like to keep up with him. Lord willing, one day I like to go and have my subscribers meet this James Farson. Showcase some of his stuff to lift his spirits along the way. Life is interesting with its twists and turns, its challenges, its mayhem and the like. But I was telling James Dawson how God has a wonderful sense of humor. Now, I'm more careful now when I say God has a sense of humor, because I don't want to make it appear that God is funny or there's anything funny about God, because on the contrary, God dwells in unapproachable light. Let's get that straight. He dwells in unapproachable light. His holiness is far above our praise, meaning that when we see him, our praise cannot move him. He's far beyond our praise. However, and I say the word however very God has a sense of humor. When I was on my job, I work as a sorter. I sort grapes, 12-hour shifts at night. And in the factory where the grapes are sorted and shipped, there's nothing but machines and the clanging and the beeping of moving vehicles coming and going this way and that way, and forklifts and the like. Well, in the midst of all of these things, and the people and everybody at their station doing exactly what it is they were supposed to be doing and paid to do, and I simply asked God, where are you? Where are you in the midst of all of this? Where are you? And in my whispered prayer to see where God was or is, I happened to look down, and as I looked down, there was a crate of grapes that I was sorting through, and as I was looking down, in the grapes was nestled a sparrow feather. I have it on my altar there. There was a sparrow in the midst of my grapes. And Bible text came to my mind. His eye is on the sparrow. Therefore I know he watches me. When I asked God the question, where are you? He signaled his answer with a sparrow feather. Oh yes, God is humorous, but the point is even more poignant and clear. He's nearer than you think. Some people are satisfied to worship gods of stone and trees and nature and sky, sun and moon. But I will look past the hills, from whence cometh my help. Yea, I will look to the hills, but my help cometh from the Lord. Let's get that straight. For there are so many that go to the hills to worship, but they don't go to worship God, at least not the God that I serve. And how do I know they are not worshiping the God that I serve? Well, the God that I serve is particular. He has a seventh-day Sabbath in his honor. And all who keep it holy show that they know him, because he is the only one, the only God in the earth that specifically said, remember the seventh day to keep it holy. So if they're not keeping that day holy, I don't know what God they are worshiping, but they're certainly not worshiping the God that I serve. And there are other things that I can ramble on about why it is that there is a difference between the God that I serve and the God that they serve. All I'm simply saying to any who are listening, that the relationship that I have with the God that I serve is a unique relationship between he and I, because he has done so many things for me. But the one thing that stands up and out above everything God does for me is that peace that passes all understanding. Oh yes, I get rowdy at times. And sometimes my face falls down, especially when I'm in struggle or trial. But then there is a word behind me that says, hey, this is the way. Walk ye in it. And why? Because my God is a living God. Shipmates, we are moving a little bit further toward that income that I need to master my present circumstance and situation. My raft and the ability to maintain my so-called status quo with the intentions of upgrading so that I can go and pick up my Filipino pocket farm. Welcome aboard. My name is Nate Jones. Once again, I have spoken.